Hi, my name is Susetna King. I come from Angoon, a little village south of here. And my parents are John and Teresa Howard, and they were friends with Walter and his late wife. And in the summertime, we would go on our skiff and go over and visit, usually right around the 4th of July. And there was always these talks that we had that he'd make kind of like special time for us kids after visiting with our parents and stuff like that, and just ask questions, always asking questions. And I remember this one time we sat down to eat, and he asked if one of us kids wanted to pray. And my brothers, they were a lot quiet, and so I volunteered to pray, and I said it really fast, and then we ate. And his wife said it was a good thing that one of us volunteered, because if we didn't volunteer, we'd still be sitting there praying, because he'd pray for everybody. And one of the times that we went to go race during the 4th of July, I didn't race, and he asked why, and I told him, I said, because I always beat everyone. And then he looked at me and he goes, what if someone would have beat you this time? And I said, I probably would have come back and try and beat them. He goes, that's good to know. And then he said, it's always good to let other people win so they feel good about themselves. And that conversation kind of went over my head, and then when I got older, I realized what he said. And the last time I interacted with him was at the A&B A&S convention down in Ketchikan. And just like all of you guys, you know, you work really hard. And in that convention, oh my goodness, it would go till like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And if you have somebody in your camp running, you're working till 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was sitting down and we had a luncheon, and he goes, come have a seat. So I went and sat by him, and he goes, everyone's asking what you're running for. And I looked at him and I said, what? And he goes, everybody's asking what you're running for. I said, could I be honest with you? And he goes, no, lie to me. And we started laughing. And I said, after these 3 days and 3 nights, I said, I'm running for the door. And he looked at me, he goes, but you've learned a lot. I said, yeah, I've learned a lot. I said, I've learned how to be nice. And he goes, that's good, you learned that. He goes, because it's a hard thing to do when you're put into leadership, is to take that role and, you know, be there for everybody who wants everything. And I'm sitting there, and he goes, he looked at me, and he was real serious, and he goes, I'm going to be serious with you now. And I said, all right. And he goes, you're not here by mistake. You're here for a reason. And if you don't put yourself first, and I always put people first, then things come back to you. And he's not somebody I knew outside of the relationship that my parents them brought us to. He's actually bigger than I knew who he was. And and if you were fortunate enough for him to cross your path, it made you want to be better. There was something about him that he never said, you have to do this, you have to do that. He gave you something to make you want to be better. And that's how I feel about him. And the first time I testified, I cried because it was personal. And I'm sure he's in the room, because I was like, I can't cry, I can't cry. And I know he's here. I know he's in the room. And very, very proud of his kids. The first time I saw them without their dad, it's tough to see. It's tough to, because in the Native community, we see him everywhere. His presence. I mean, it's hard to explain, because you know you're going to be okay when you see certain people in the room. And with him being gone, it's hard. Thank you.